Today we talk about mindset on race day and moving from being problem-based to solution-based at your next race meet. Hey guys, welcome to MotoFit TV, episode number 27. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of talk about mindset and the mental side in terms of performance, the personal development side going into riding and racing. Because it's not the most exciting topic to be able to talk about, but this is what dictates all the action. So like all the stuff we talk about in terms of nutrition and strength and mobility and building habits, all that stuff is linked to mindset, okay? The mind is what has to be able to be triggered and operated properly first for that stuff to be able to happen, even though it's not the most exciting thing to be able to talk about or focus on, and it's definitely the hardest to be able to work on out of everything. Once we got the mind right, once we've worked on our mindset, then all the other stuff becomes very easy. Like being able to train, being able to put the work in, stick to the nutrition is fine once we know how to master our mind. So, when we're going into race day, I see that a lot of riders and racers have, I suppose, like an ideal race day or an ideal format of how things should go on race day. Okay, so they go in with the best intentions. They want to be able to win, come top 5, top 10. They've done all the preparation, they've done the work, they've done the training, and they have this map in their mind of exactly what should happen on race day. Okay, how practice should go, how race 1 should go, how race 2 should go, how race 3 should go. And they expect everything to be able to run towards that plan. Now, that's great in terms of having that plan there, but the thing that comes from that is when things start to go off track, they let their emotions get in the way of what's actually happening out on the bike, out on race day, out on the track. And then that's when we start to have problems. So it's all well and good to be able to visualize and be able to put in the work and put in the time and get to race day and wanting to be in that top 5, top 10, first spot, whatever it is, whatever your goal is. But we need to be able to make sure that we can deal with things when things go off plan, because as we know with riding and racing, it's not just about, everything doesn't go to plan, okay? You get there on race day, the track's different, okay? The bike doesn't feel like it did in practice. Maybe we didn't get enough sleep the night before. Maybe we haven't eaten properly because we've been a bit nervous or a bit anxious. When we get there, things never go to plan, okay? We need to be able to know that in advance, but so many riders and racers rock up to race day thinking that everything's going to run to plan, and then when it doesn't, then they get surprised and then they can't deal with it, and then it ends up being a big shitstorm on race day. So it's all about being able to deal with the shit times, because being able to focus your attention on, I suppose, being able to deal with those shit times is what's going to make you successful over the long run. It's not the winning races or the doing well, the getting the top 10s. It's the not getting the top 10s. It's okay, what happens on your bad days? How well can we overcome those bad days to still get the best result even when times are going shit, instead of just letting things get even worse. And that comes from emotional stability. So you need to be able to learn to be able to deal with your emotions on race day, with riding and racing, with training, because these are things that are going to dictate how, and this is something we touched on in a previous episode, you need to be able to learn how to be able to deal with those shit times that come up. So if you go into practice and the bike doesn't feel good, or maybe you go into practice and you have a big crash, okay? For a lot of riders and racers, this puts them off for the rest of the day, okay? They have one little thing that goes wrong and then this puts them off because they're focusing all their attention on that. So one of the examples I want to use with you to be able to demonstrate that is wherever you focus your attention is wherever you focus your attention is what you tend to get more of, because that's where your mind's being focused. So use this as an example. Have a look right now about all the things around you, and I want you to pick up all the things that are red. Okay, so look around, make a visual note of all the things that you can see that are red. Okay, so I want you to be able to do that. Now I want you to close your eyes. So make sure your eyes are closed, and I want you to come up with a mental list of all the things that are green around you. Okay, so still keep your eyes closed. Think of all the things that are green that you could possibly imagine that are around you. Now I want you to open your eyes, and now I want you to have a look at how many things actually are green. Now what you'll find is that because your attention was so focused on finding the red stuff, you missed all the green stuff. Okay, you only picked up a couple of them, and then you open your eyes and you look for the green, and there's green stuff everywhere. Same thing happens when we're on race day. If we're going to race day thinking about all the things we haven't done, all the results we haven't got, okay, how things aren't set up perfectly, how we've had an accident, how the track isn't prepped properly, then that's where we focus our attention, that's what we get more of. When we focus our attention on problems, we get more problems. When we focus our attention on solutions, we get more solutions. So you need to be able to move from being problem-based to being solution-based, because once the problems are there, you can't fix them, okay? There's no point in talking about how shit the track is or how shit the bike feels or it's not running properly or you haven't done enough training or haven't done a nutrition. You can't focus on those problems on race day because they've already happened, and no amount of complaining or energy focused on those problems is gonna fix them, okay? Complaining on race day about how you've got no energy isn't gonna fix it, okay? Complaining about how you're not fit enough is not gonna fix it. When you're on race day, you can't focus your attention on those things. You need to be able to be solution aware and go, okay, how can we fix these things? And what that's going to allow you to do is to be able to look for more solutions to actually fix the problems. Whereas most riders and racers go into race day, they go into day-to-day life in their day-to-day training, and they're so problem orientated, all the things that aren't happening, all the things that are going wrong. But the problem is when we focus on problems, we can't fix them. Okay, we're not focusing on solutions. We're just rehashing, going over the same things again and again and again in our mind rather than actually looking for solutions. So it's all about being able to shift from being problem-based to being solution-based, so that when you get out there on race day, you're constantly fixing problems. Expect there to be problems. Never go into race day assuming that everything's going to be perfect. Never go into training thinking that everything's going to be perfect. Never go into a program, a 12-week program, a 26-week program, whatever it is, thinking that you're going to have a good run, a good stretch of just being able to train and put all the work in. Don't wait for the perfect time, because there's never going to be a perfect time. Shit's always going to come up. We know that. If you look back at the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, look at how many problems you had. Chances are that the same thing's going to happen over the next 5, 10, 20 years. So we know that they're going to happen. We just need to know that they're going to come up. We need to know how to be able to deal with them, and we need to be solution-based. So when we get to race day and shit starts to go wrong, there's something wrong with the bike, instead of worrying about how you should have maintained the bike better or how you should have done this or you should have done that or sent it here or sent it there or shouldn't have sent it here or shouldn't have sent it there, focus on the things that you can do to actually fix it. What can you do? Can you get another bike? Do you have another motor? Are you able to fix it? Are you able to find someone that's able to help you? Do you have spare parts at home, spare parts in the trailer? Focus on things that are actually going to fix the problem, because that's going to make you more resourceful. You're going to be a lot happier on race day, and you're going to be able to deal with things, not just with racing, but in day-to-day life a lot better, because you're focusing on fixing the problems rather than focusing on the problems and not actually trying to be able to fix them, okay? Deal with the solution. So today's, I guess, message for today's Moto Fit TV episode is be solution based, okay? Shift your mindset. Don't focus on problems. If you find yourself talking about problems and all the things that haven't been done, we need to be able to change that. We need to be solution based, focus your attention on solutions, and the better you get, the more consistent you are with finding or focusing your attention on solutions, the easier it is to find them, the easier it is to be able to deal with those problems of riding and racing, so you can just get to race day and focus on the racing, not have to worry about all the mental bullshit that's going on in between. So that's today's focus for today. A little bit of mindset work. Look forward to being able to see you guys next week. See ya.